Welcome to the National Restaurant Association show. I'm Jamie with Informa Connect, and we are here with the JM Smucker's company, and we have Ken and Shane here. Can you guys give me a little insight on your company?
Thank you. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one. You know, the JM Smucker Company's been around for over a century. We're really committed to being a purveyor of leading, trusted, quality food brands and beverage brands. So we have a portfolio of brands that are leaders in both the retail and away from home space, including Smucker's, Jif, Folgers, Uncrustables, just to name a few. So really, we're a heritage Midwest-based company that takes great pride in having loved and trusted food brands and bringing them both away from home as well as at them. So
awesome. And, you know, operators are always looking for innovative ways to drive traffic for the consumer. So can we talk about like ways that could apply for operators and what things that they should be thinking about?
Yeah, I think it's a really challenging time to be an operator right now. I mean, at partnership with them, we're always hearing the pressure they're under to deliver profit in an environment that has higher food costs and labor challenges than really in any precedent history. But at the same time, there's acknowledgement that they need to drive traffic, drive it and sustain it. So I think coming up with menu items that are efficient, that meet the needs of the challenge of the labor environment, cost environment, but at the same time drive and maintain traffic. I think that's really what's at the heart of what operators are trying to do today. And that's the message we receive and the solutions we try to bring to them to solve for those needs.
Right.
Yeah. That's a stuff I think of back of the house situations where, you know, I'm thinking, how am I going to drive traffic, like Shane was saying? What's going to separate me from the restaurant across the street, you know, or the operator? Everybody has a burger. Everybody has an amazing sandwich. What's going to make my burger better than the restaurant across the street is maybe I'm going to have a Thai peanut sirloin. But again, I don't have the labor in the back of the house. So I'm going to take Jif creamy peanut butter and some sweet chili sauce and mix it together with some cabbage and make an amazing burger.
So what's resonating with consumers right now?
I think from my point of view, that there's, as much as there's always interest in something new, right? More cuisines and ethnic and things that are kind of early in that adoption life cycle, have on menus. At the same time, there seems to always be place for nostalgic, familiar, traditional favorites, but with a twist. And given where we play as the leading company in jams, jellies, and peanut butter, things like that, we're mindful of how we can take these familiar favorites and put a twist on them. One example, which is a ready-made product, for example, is our Smucker's Uncrustables, which is a ready-made, frozen, ready-to-serve, thaw-and-eat, Uncrustable or a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So it's no labor, but it's familiar. Great snacking. So we're thinking about familiar favorites with a twist.
And it's great because your products can also be like an ingredient, right? That's the idea.
Exactly, which is where Chef Ken comes in and the great work he does. I mean, really, that's where we rely on the expertise of someone like Chef Ken.
Certainly, yeah, definitely. Yeah, so I think of things like a purchased barbecue sauce, our favorite barbecue sauce, and adding blackberry jam to it and using that as barbecue sauce on ribs or a chicken sandwich, something on that lines. Again, with the Uncrustables, everybody loves the Uncrustables, but how about if we bread it in cornmeal or graham crackers or something on that lines and deep fried, serve it with ice cream. It makes an amazing dessert. It sounds great.
And Ken, how important is it for culinary teams to think about the back of the house operations when they're developing dishes?
Definitely. It's a huge problem right now across the board. A lot of the operators that we've talked to at the show this last couple of days have told us, you know, we have a younger staff, we have a less skilled staff. A lot of our seasoned veteran cooks have left the industry or moved on to another segment maybe. So a lot of our operators are saying things like, you know, I would love to have something that sets me apart from the competition, but I don't have the labor in the back of the house to do it.
And I'm here with Patrick. We were here with your colleagues earlier. So what are some of the biggest challenges that you're hearing from customers right now?
So the biggest challenges are really all around labor cost and operational complexity. You know, in these back of house environments, I think we can all acknowledge that you know, efficiency is king. And so it's all about delivering the products and services and programs, systems really, that allow for operators to deliver those craveable, made-for-me items that their consumers are looking for without all of the cost and complexity that can drag their operation to a halt.
So tell me about some of the solutions that the J.M. Smuckers company has to offer.
Yeah. So on the beverage side of things, we have a fantastic system called the Select Brew Coffee System. And this coffee system does a bunch of wonderful things for us, right? That simple, reliable, hot cup of coffee that so many of us know are really about table stakes, right? That's the basic form that people are looking for. But when you talk specialty coffee, when you talk cold coffee, when you think about, I don't know, the most recent thing that's trending for my 15-year-old on TikTok, there are a lot of things that you have to start thinking about to be able to bring those to life. And the Select Brew Coffee System for us allows us to bring specialty forward, cold forward, that customized, made-for-me dynamic that consumers are truly looking for, but without the operational headaches that a full-blown specialty system, really introduces to your kitchen, right? Without the complexity and the training that goes into it with your staff.
So what's next?
What's next from Smucker?
Yes.
It's less about what's next, and I think it's more about the mindset.
Okay.
Right. So when we think about innovation at Smuckers, it's about keeping our customers and our consumers the center of the circle. Right. And so what does that mean? It means that from an operational standpoint, it means, again, limiting complexity, limiting how much you have to rely on training and retraining your labor. Right. And for consumers, it's really about making sure that we're delivering that craveable on-trend dynamic, right? Making sure that we're consistently feeding those consumers what it is they're looking for. And so keeping our operators and consumers at center of the circle, when we think about developing new concepts and ideas against our brands and products and portfolio, that's really where we feel like we need to be at. So that mindset's really infused into the way that we go to market with our innovation and infused into it.
That's very helpful. So thank you, Patrick, for joining us here.